Hello guys, I am Preet and today my assignment topic is on aquaponics and I would like to explain the three dimensions of aquaponics, namely economic, social and environmental protection. First of all, I would like to explain the meaning of aquaponics. I think that aquaponics word comes from the combination of two words, namely hydroponics and aquaculture. And it may be defined as the cultivation of plant and fish in the recirculating water system. I would like to explain that to start the business of aquaponics, sustainability is very good. And there are three pillars of sustainability, namely social, economic and financial sustainability. First of all, I would like to explain the economic. I think that economic concerned with the organization of the money and industry and trade of the country. And moreover, if anyone start their business and if any of the industries started continue to grow, then the demand for the product continue to increase. Moreover, I would like to say that the quantity of the economic activity associated with the aquaculture of the industry. And the second one, the dimension of the aquaponic was environmental. And I think that aquaponic is environmentally friendly because there are no fertilizers and chemicals needed in it, and it depends upon the natural cycle that convert the fish waste material into fertilizer for plant. And the last one is social sustainability. In social sustainability, there were no good research is done on it, and moreover, since new technologies are involved and people are not ready to accept it, and because we always need to care about the human safety and when we promoting any new business, so it is very important to understand the factor of the social sustainability if we have to start the business of aquaponics. Thank you.
Hi, this is Neha. I'm going to talk about the various approach towards aquaponics. As we all know, what is aquaponics, which is nothing but it's an aquaculture where the plants and fish grow together under one integrated system. The first approach is to produce quality of fresh fruits, vegetables and fish, and by using vertical farming technologies where it is a high end of technology used for this aquaponics. Similarly, the main motto of cultivating aquaponics is in urban areas, as well as to maximize the business, and by setting up the aquaponics by using vertical farming. The next approach is towards the customers, which is every customers have their own perspective view towards aquaponics, as they are aware of their health benefits. So they will definitely have an idea about aquaponics, what is aquaponics is all about. One of the important approach towards aquaponics is approaching stakeholders. Stakeholders are nothing but clients, customers, government, public, owners, etc. So they all have a clear overview of maximizing aquaponics in future in all aspects. And by setting up this aquaponics, there's no harmful benefits involved, as it's purely organic, as well as no chemicals involved in cultivating this aquaponics. Similarly, the farmers are mostly benefited, as well as in Australia we can see that there are certain food products are already into the market, for example like cod liver, and some fishes are into the restaurants. And for this, government supports cultivating of aquaponics partially. So by setting up this aquaponics, we have I have two ways, which is indoor and outdoor activities. Both the ways are very less cost involved, and setting up of aquaponics in indoor cost will incur more comparatively than the outdoor aquaponics. Similarly, we can compare the other way of farming in farming of aquaponics, because we are using vertical technologies. So since the aquaponics, it's very it is very trendy in the future. So as well as we need to keep a few financial strategies into our mind while cultivating aquaponics. there are like expenses, how much expense we are going to invest, and the income out of the income and the profit and loss, then the funding requirements and risk management. So these are all the financial strategies which involved in cultivating aquaponics.
Hi, this is Mukesh. I'm going to talk about the life cycle of our aquaponics and sustainability. We know that aquaponics is totally depends upon life cycle. It's a global free, economical and sustainability, and it goes with the challenges also. Major challenges are like socio-technical and ecological. Technical is environmental design in biotechnology with using high complexity proteins, that is pH stabilization and pest management. That is a technical side in challenges in aquaponics. And coming to socio-ecological, it's like environmental based things, that is water, energy and recycling. Major challenge in aquaponics system is like taking a LCT, life cycle thinking. It's completely based on life cycle assessment. So going forward, aquaponics system, firstly we need to make a setup plan, and that where fish produces nitrates and it changes to nitrates, which gives food product to plants, and the water is filtered from the plants and it go back to the fishes to live in. And aquaponics system helps to recycle the water back into system where fish and plants can grow sustainability. Here is a recycle diagram where biomass, which is a fish feed, and fish produces bacteria and nitrates, and it forms a microbes, and with microbes that is nitrates, and it goes to plants, food product, and again we are taking refreshing the water from plants, goes back. This is complete recycle diagram, and it's totally based upon the R theorem. That means 4 R's we are using: reduce, recycle, reuse and recover. Reduce means we are totally reducing all our technological based systems like high power and maintaining the high level equipment to refresh the water. We are just taking solar energy for power, and water is rainwater harvesting. That's reduce and reuse. Water we are actually reusing it. And recycle, we are completely recycling the bacteria and going to produce a plant. That's the R theorem. Although aquaponics is a completely sustainable and eco-friendly, there is a major advantages and disadvantages of aquaponics. First thing is we are using a water beds or traditional methods, so plants growing is faster than comparing to normal soil, and we are not using any artificial fertilizers such as urea and sodium phosphate to make a plants grow. And leafy vegetables and fruits are healthier and bigger than comparing to normal soil, and it is good for leafy vegetables actually. And comparing to disadvantages, major disadvantages: system grown in aquaponics, only roots vegetables are grown in aquaponics, except carrot and potatoes, etc. like that. Rooty vegetables doesn't grow in aquaponics. And one or more cleaning system has gone failure, so total system is need to replace, completely replaceable. And water needs to be regularly monitored so that it can give the oxygen to the fish in the water. And it also requires a good greenhouse system, and that's the disadvantages of aquaponics. Thank you.
Hi, I am Mohan Krishna and I am going to talk about time as a factor in aquaponics. Time being a factor in aquaponics, it's the transportation is actually considered negative because of the large amounts of fuel, fossil fuels and the pollution it causes. So growing the food in the nearby vicinities reduces the fuel intake, refrigeration, and uses of preservatives. And there are some disadvantages in aquaponics with respect to time, because the seedlings cannot be introduced into the system before the fish produces the nitrates. Introducing so before the production of nitrates stunts the plant and stops the further growth. And the marketing strategies. The targeted customers are everyone, because everyone needs food, and the product could be introduced by having tie-ups with the local supermarkets, restaurants, schools, and etc. And coming to the production of the product, the production is initially produced on demand. There are few greens and microgreens that can be produced all around the year along with the protein, and it is also economical to produce fish in this system because the food to protein ratio is actually very low. Most of the aquaponic systems are using tilapia fish, which intakes 1.7 kg of food, and it produces 1 kg of protein. And promoting the product, the best way to promote the product is through websites and mouth publicity, and we can also invite the chefs, students, and market owners from the nearby vicinities, and educate them about the sustainability and sustainable food farming and effects. Thank you.
From farm to fork, this is how Grow Up Urban Farms is planning to change the way big cities are being fed. It all started here, on a rooftop in Stratford, East London, at the Grow Up Box.
It's our demonstration aquaponic urban farm, where we bring people to explain to them how aquaponics works and talk to them a bit about why you might want to grow salads and fish in the city.
Aquaponics is an integrated eco-friendly farm system where fish are raised with plants. Here, wastewater from the fish tank feeds the plants above, and in turn, the plants clean the water that flows back into the fish tank.
We selected the shipping container for the Grow Up Box because we wanted to have a structure which was distinctly urban. It provides the perfect platform for the greenhouse which sits on top and really sells the produce that we are growing within it.
Grow Up is scaling up, taking urban aquaponic farming commercial for the first time in the UK. Unit 84 is an 1,800 square meter warehouse dedicated to sustainable food production.
I think it's really important to reconnect people who live in cities with how their food is produced, and that means growing something close to where people in cities live, which is why we think growing in warehouses in city centres is actually a really viable option.
It's located in Beckton, until recently an abandoned part of industrial London, an area undergoing a revival.
This is still a community that needs more commitment by local businesses and local government, and we'll be able to be here developing the business and hopefully creating more jobs and growing more food for the next 10 years.
Grow Up expects to deliver 4 tons of fish and 20 tons of greens out of Unit 84 annually. Its target clientele, the local community.
We're looking at restaurants, we're looking at retailers. By growing in London and selling into London, that's where we have a big environmental impact.
One of its first customers, a restaurant chain used to importing their crops from Thailand.
They can grow exactly the same as what we grow in for my hometown. When they can do it, over here, why I want to import them?
Same-day orders and customer demand also factor into the appeal of buying from an urban farm.
They always, double check and ask, where you got your products from, where you got your ingredient from. And now we've got a story that we can tell them.
In London's industrial heartland, sowing the seeds of change, one bite at a time.